Okay, my name is Christoph. I am a member of German Red Cross on the one side. I am employed there as a paramedic. I'm volunteering there as a disaster manager. And 1.5 years ago, I discovered the organization Humanity Road because I'm doing also some public work for Red Cross. And I was somehow looking how can I use social media for my public work, and discovered Humanity Road as an ideal combination of addressing to the public in disasters and doing communication. And I'm talking about a subject, I guess, which was prepared these 3 days, and building bridges and doing some coordinations work. In a disaster, this is a picture from one, maybe most of you know that. How does it work? In a disaster, there's this disaster happening, and then there are many forces going on site, and if the site is bigger, then there are even more forces. It's the fire brigade, Red Cross, and then the army is going to be involved, and many people who are coming there, and somehow they are building some operational leadership, and they are on site and they are managing this event. So when it's big enough, the disaster, then the government steps in. There's a local government, there's a regional government, maybe a county government or a state government, and then a national. And they have also everywhere they have their committees. They are working on. They want information. They want to sometimes have to decide things. The operational things are decided down there, but the governments also have to talk or to get some more forces. They decide, do we need help from outside? So this is how the disaster works. And then there comes suddenly the cloud or the crowd, and also tries to mix in with there. So if in the first stage of a disaster down there, you see this information takes time, and below the people, they're tweeting or sending messages, help, we need help, we have nothing to eat, there are people hurt, and half the world is getting in there and trying to help, and the helpers on site, the first responders, also don't have. And then also comes space-based information, and this must say many disaster managers don't know about these possibilities. So here we have the disaster manager, and he talks about the crowdsourcers and the people. He thinks about them. They don't know about my job. They don't do a good job anyway because they don't know what I'm doing. They don't know about my problems. They only want to have publicity, so that's why they are doing it on the internet. Their activities don't relate to my tasks, so what I have to do. There's no way like my way, because I'm doing it for about 30 years, and they are just fresh on the internet and just engaging fresh. So we have the people like us, the crowdsourcers, or who are sitting at Twitter, and what are our thoughts about the disaster management? They don't know about what I can do. They don't do a good job in any way. They are only keen on publicity. They don't include me. Their activities don't relate to my. It's just the same thing. And sometimes there are the different groups. So crisis mappers, crisis commons, Humanity Road, whatever. And do we trust each other, or do we sometimes also think in this way? They don't know what we are doing. They want the publicity, and I'm doing the work, and all those things. And yeah, I think it's it's important for us to stop playing, and because it's not internet, it's not some disaster management. Okay, it is disaster management, but in the end it's a matter of life and death for the people who are involved, and we can do a good job in this and support this, but not by setting us in the middle. So we should start or continue, and then this conference, or both conferences, ICCM and this one, I think is a good basis for this, to collaborate, to share information, also to talk about who does what, because there are many. I'm really amazed also about the presentations just heard, how many initiatives and people are involved in doing good things and helping in disasters. So it's good to share information, and also to define what can I do, for what kind of things do I need help. And I think the most important is the appreciation, because I'm doing my job and I think I'm doing it good, but all the people who are collaborating with me, all the organizations, they're also doing a good job, and it's very important to appreciate each other. So I was trying yesterday to arrange a meeting of the leaders to define the roles in the disaster. It didn't really, couldn't really realize it, but I will do some sheet on the internet, and I guess we are really on a good way. And the great advantage of these days are we now know each other, or have at least talked to each other, and yeah, this is so far my thing. Let's work together to do it.